Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today we're checking out The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, Season 1, Episode 1, entitled A Shadow of the Past. Like 7th take. Woo! This is Amazon's Lord of the Rings show on Prime Video, and I'll be giving it a look-see. Now, I've seen all the movies in theater, DVDs, Blu-rays, director's cuts, extra long cuts. I've been there for all of that. Grew up with the Hobbit book and the cartoon Hobbit movie. My dad had a painting of Bilbo outside of the Shire, outside of his little hole in the hill, in the hallway at home. So it's like I've been around the material. I'm familiar with the material, but this time period in the existence is a complete blank to me. Like, I have not read this Silmarillion or any of the the old stuff, and I don't know. I have no idea what to expect, but I'm looking forward to it. There is some ire, some backlash, some negativity surrounding the show, IRL bullshit, and that kind of off-put me from watching it when it first came out, but then I thought about it, and it was like, that's not entirely fair to the material, to the people who worked on the production, to the actors, cast, the crew, so I'm going to check it out, judge for myself. I take each thing on a case-by-case scenario, so I'm not like, I don't fall all on one side or all on the other. Like, some things feel a little forced and heavy, and some don't detract from the experience, don't have an impact on the lore, and don't, sour anything for me. That's not to say, though, that people that are heavily invested in the lore, anything that detracts from their vision, they're a purist, in that sake, and then, bullshit. But one of my friends growing up is a lot more knowledgeable than me in Lord of the Rings, has read everything Tolkien, has tattoos, he is in that shit knee deep, neck deep, balls deep, he is in it. And I sent him a text. I asked him, hey, there's a lot of negativity around the show, how do you feel about it? Is it over the top? Is it justified? Is it worth watching? So, like, I did seek out influence on this. He said it's top-tier fan fiction, totally not to be considered canon, but a great show. So I only care about that third one, really. If it's a great show, I'm in. For anyone new to the channel, I do talk, chitter-chat a little bit much. A little too much in front of the camera. The truth of the matter is I have to have things to edit and cut to for the sake of getting things past the copyright. Anything more than 10, 12, 15 seconds. And footage starts to come down, so sometimes I have to clip scenes or interject things. Just know that I see a lot more in the edit that I may have missed during the live watch. I can mute things, check things out, zoom in, slow-mo, all sorts of stuff. So this is just therapeutic for me. I'm here to have fun, so let's try and do that. This is the first episode of The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, Season 1, Episode 1, entitled A Shadow of the Past. Let's get into it. This is like the World of Warcraft cinematic for vanilla.
Nothing is evil in the beginning, and there was a time when the world was so young, but even then, there was light.
Is it finished yet?
Elves. Elf kids. Have we ever seen elf kids? Hopefully this doesn't go the route of it, and
Get off me!
Lose your footing again, Galadriel.
Galadriel?
Do you know why a ship floats and a stone cannot? The stone sees only downward.
It's hard to say which way is up and which way is down.
Ah, something for later. I see you, plot device. We'll get back to that.
We thought our light would never dim.
Everything looks really great. I haven't said anything, but my eyes are just melting.
We resisted. And a legion of elves went to war.
God damn. Didn't even get a moment. That was one of the ring-wraith dragons, and it looked like it threw a hippogriff down or an eagle. I couldn't tell.
But the war left Middle-earth in ruin, under the command of his most devoted servant, a cruel and cunning sorcerer. They called him Sauron.
Yeah, so fucking literally, look at this guy.
But Sauron found him first, and marked his flesh with a symbol. His vow became mine, and so we hunted.
Familiar locales, I like what they're doing. These are nice throwbacks. I don't trust those icicles at all, bro. I played enough video games.
It's been years since the last orc was sighted. Is it not possible the other commanders are right?
I mean, we, the viewer, know the orcs are gone by any stretch of the imagination.
We should have been there by now.
Dang, I see you. Yeah.
This is where the orcs gathered after Morgoth's defeat. This place is so evil, our torches give off no warmth.
Dang.
How can you be certain?
That's like a Helheim fire prevention thing, like God of War.
Some dark sorcery of old.
I'm not gonna jump when that thing moves, I just want you all to know.
But what was their purpose?
Gotcha, that was the symbol that was in the flesh.
Sauron was here. Tell the others to rest while they can. At sunrise we move on. Let's take the search farther north.
Further north?
I don't like this camera view. Like, is Shelob or something gonna be up there skittering about? Oh, well, what the fuck do you know? Yeah, now it's like we are playing God of War. Now taking the bait or going a different route. Feels like The Witcher right now too. I'm getting so many mixed vibes. Nah, man. Oh, you're abandoning. Are we abandoning? I thought he was going to attack her. What? You gotta play the old theme song. Those moose antlers? Those are ridiculous. Are you a fucking moose butterfly?
I'd never get off me barstool. Likely a half-foot.
Half-foot?
What the is that the little creature, the deadly little creatures? Now I'm getting Willow vibes. I'm all over the place.
Clear and clear.
Two wolves, a dragon. What are we in Ragnarok now? These are like proto-hobbits or something.
I do.
Kind of like how Gollum or Smeagol used to be a hobbit-like creature. I'm getting the same vibe here.
You know the rules. We're not supposed to be out this far. If we didn't do everything we weren't supposed to do, we'd hardly do anything at all.
Looks like a footsie.
Oh, fuck no. We're out. Better not be those hyena-looking dogs from the Two Towers.
At last.
A young Lord Elrond?
As if I didn't wish to be found.
Lindom, capital of the High Elves. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Like, the CGI, the architecture, the landscape, it just looks like a drone shot going over some buildings that were constructed in the hills. It looks so good. Wait a minute, were Elrond and Galadriel a thing back when? Wait a second.
And look at you now. Commander of the Northern Armies, warrior of the wastelands.
Must you speak of leaving again so soon?
You know very well why I must. Are you going to arrange an audience or not?
Haven't you ever wondered? What else is out there? How far the river flows, or where the sparrows learn the new songs they sing in spring.
We have each other. We're safe.
That old
That is how we survive.
rebellious youth. Isn't that always the tale, you know?
Go on.
Someone wants to either go harder or go a little different than the status quo.
So for centuries now, these soldiers have swept across crag and crevice,
washing away the last remnants of our enemy like a spring rain over the bones of a spoilt carcass.
He reminds me of a few different actors, like if the governor from The Walking Dead and the Spock actor from the new Star Trek movies had a kid.
These heroes shall be granted an honor unrivaled in all our lore.
What is
They will be escorted to the Grey Havens and granted passage across the sea to dwell for all eternity.
Back in Elf lands?
They are going home!
Is this a reward? Or is this just because of political intrigue, I don't trust it. Like, is this them trying to cap off the search? Like that, maybe there won't be trouble if we don't go looking for it, send these people away. Like back up. Wow! They're trying to one-up on Gandalf's fireworks, these sons of bitches. That looks like the T-1000 from Terminator 2. I'm sorry.
I go to seek the enemy that escaped us in the north. But you have not seen what I've seen.
I have seen my share.
You have not seen what I have seen.
Looks like an elven quiver, right?
Arondir.
He reminds me of Marcus from Detroit Become Human.
My well is yours, as ever. No, only weeds will grow. This fellow.
Where was he from?
Didn't say east, I think. Quench the fire.
Not even for an asshole who deserves it. Interesting. He's trying to keep things civil.
Are there healers among your kind?
There are.
No,
But we call them artificers.
it's a fair question.
Most wounds to our bodies heal of their own accord, so...
Until next time, then.
Soldier.
The High King has declared the days of war are over.
All the fire outposts are being disbanded.
We're leaving.
So they did a similar job to what Galadriel did, but this is their place. Oh my god! Marcus Crassus from Spartacus, the last season or two. This guy as Crassus was delicious.
It has changed much, Watchwater.
But the men who live here have not because of what their ancestors once did.
What they might do.
They still are.
Yeah, what they might do again.
Mice were dancing a proper jig under the floorboards.
Again?
Last 3 nights.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is he a half elf? Are they a?
What's one of them doing here?
Oh, maybe not. One of them.
I heard you were leaving.
Yeah,
Say what you wish to say.
I have said it already. 100 times over, in every way but words.
Think she might have ate something.
Oh, hell no.
What was that?
Hell fuck
Where
no.
else is it? How far east?
What, to the Blacklands of Ashai? Where did you go? Is that a pommel or part of something? Oh, the mark was on it, son of a bitch.
She might have inadvertently kept alive the very evil she sought to defeat. Galadriel sails to the sunset. You and I must look to the new sunrise. But I'll allow you to explain the details, Lord Celebrimbor.
Music tone shifts for this guy's introduction.
First,
Yeah, I don't like you already. Good setup.
the stars.
Not talking about my friends. Close kin. I know them. There are good people there.
Smooth transition. I like that. Yeah, what's gonna happen? Because obviously Galadriel goes to Middle-earth and hangs out there, so... Is this an omen? There's something wrong with the Heavenlands? Like... They're all singing and stuff. She's not into it.
Do you know why a ship floats and a stone cannot?
I knew we were coming back to that conversation. Oh, we're fucking them up, are we? Why not just let him go? Alright, let's just get to the part where she survives. What the fuck? Ents? Ents? Yeah. It's just like the Dark Crystal. There is a darkening in the land happening. When I say that, I mean the Age of Resistance, the Dark Crystal puppet show from Netflix. Check that out. It's cool. Super nostalgic. Oh, that's where the rock landed. Okay. Who is this? It's obvious. Oh, it's the end, isn't it? Damn it! Good stuff. I'd say that was a solid first episode. That obviously had to be some sort of spirit or like angelic person, right? That crashed down to Earth pulling material right there. Series premiere. Galadriel is disturbed by signs of an ancient evil's return. Arondir makes an unsettling discovery. Elrond is presented with an intriguing new venture. Nori breaks the Harfoot community's most deeply held rule. Okay. Yeah, that was the first episode. Yeah, I enjoyed that. I had heard that the first two episodes were a lot of catch-up, were lore dense, so I kind of expected a slow burn here, and there was a lot of information. They had to present all these characters and the backstory for the world, and I'm fine with that. But because I think I enjoyed the performances so well and the visuals, the scenery and everything so well, that it didn't really bother me that it was a little sluggish. Like, I knew we were jumping around, but because we're learning these characters, like, it had to invest the time in it, and I know it has to do that before it picks up pace. We're dealing with Elrond and Galadriel and some familiar names, but then there's new ones introduced. There are these Harfoots, which are, very Hobbit-like peoples. It'll be fun to see what happens with them. And with Nori, she's definitely like the Deet from Groton. Of the Dark Crystal. Like, I can definitely tell she's that, troublemaker. Arondir makes an unsettling discovery. Was that the guy who went to the house and talked to the lady and the kid was in the background like, rah? It's funny that the actor that plays Marcus Crassus from Spartacus was in this, because this is a new show, obviously, and I have a 2-episode rule where I give a show the first 2 episodes to get my attention. Only because, like Spartacus, the first 2 episodes, they weren't really good. But I could tell there was something there. There was a kernel of something there. And then, at the end of the 2nd episode of Spartacus moving forward, the show got insanely good. So, I kind of went into this with the filter of the 2-episode limit, and then Marcus Crassus is looking at me. I don't know how much of it will be in the final edit, but I thought that fireball at the end was coming to take out the ship, and it's like, man, they're really dicking over their heroes, they're patting them on the back, and, you did all this stuff, and then we're just gonna, But no, whatever that thing was, that spirit, that entity, that crashed, and then Nori found it, I believe it was, so we'll see what happens there. Anyway, that does it for me for now. I'm gonna wait a few days before I watch the next episode. I'm gonna edit this, see a whole bunch of new stuff in the process, pick up on things I may have overlooked or spoken over, and then I'm sure comments will also fill in the blank, or tell me how dumb I am. Whatever. We'll get there. So thank you all for being here. I hope it was worth your time, and I look forward to the next episode in a few days. Thanks again, and goodbye.